What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It has been 24 hours since I've seen you guys, and what I wanted to go over in today's video was the one thing that I wish I changed years ago that would have set me light years in terms of my life's progress. Now, what that one thing is how I viewed money and how important it really is in order to actually achieve the life of your dreams. Because without money, none of this would be possible in the first place. Me coming to Thailand and living out here full time, that would not be possible without money. Now, of course, I'm not saying this to praise money or to make this your number one priority in your life, but I am saying that it is very important and it is like the fuel to the fire to actually achieve the dream life that you want. Now, it hasn't always been this way for me. Literally 2 years ago, I was stuck in college and I had no income whatsoever. I was basically just getting a weekly allowance from my parents, which is like $100 or $200. And that was supposed to be for food. But what I actually spent that money on is quite frowned upon, but it was just weed, alcohol, and other degenerate activities. Now, the reason I actually spent that money on those things instead of food was because at my college, we had like this food card where you could just get unlimited food for just a swipe. So yeah, that was not a very good time in my life, but I am grateful that I cannot go back and change it because it has made me who I am today, and I am very grateful for those very hard life lessons that taught me that living a very degenerate life is not very fulfilling, and if anything, is very degrading and basically is hell on earth, even though I was at a Christian college, which is pretty ironic. But yeah, basically what I was kind of telling that story for was because once I kind of realized that money was very important, once I dropped out of college and knew I had to make as much as possible in order to live my dream life, I knew I had to make a very big change. And that very big change was first figuring out how to make as much money as possible. Now, I did research on like day trading, crypto, real estate, all these other different niches. And all of them took so much startup cost to even get into, so I knew that wasn't something I could possibly get into right after dropping out of college. So what I actually did instead was start working 2 jobs, one at Racetrack and the other at Red Lobster, both just slaving away for pennies. And after saving up $1,500 USD, I was doing some research on YouTube, and I saw these people out here living in Bangkok, Thailand, doing what was called remote sales. Now, at the time, I had pretty much no idea what remote sales even was, but they were living the life of my dreams, so I knew that they were doing something right. So what I decided to do, after working for around 3 to 4 months at these 2 jobs, slaving away, I was just stacking up, spending money on video games and whatnot, doing the bullshit that a lot of people do these days. But after saving up $1,500 USD, I booked a one-way flight to Thailand and knew I had to make it work no matter what. And I knew in order to make as much money as possible, I needed to be surrounded by people who were actually doing that. So in booking that flight to Thailand, all I had in the back of my mind was I had to surround myself with the people in order to become the people. Now, there's a way better saying to this, and that is your net worth is your network. Now, I did not know that saying at the time, but it is very common now. I wish I knew it back then because I would have said that in my previous YouTube videos back in the day. But once I came to Thailand with that $1,500 USD, I still had no income whatsoever. I was just, basically, you can imagine me just holding this $1,500, and you can think of this $1,500 as sinking, like very soft sand. It was just falling through my fingertips, and I was basically just losing it day by day. And that's when I really realized how important money was, because I had bills to pay. I was living in an apartment that cost around $350 at the time per month. I had electricity like $27, water was like $1, food was around $400 a month. So I only had basically a month and a half to actually start making an income online, or else I was going to starve. Now, saying that, I did go through several 4-day fast because money was very tight, and I did have a girlfriend at the time, which probably wasn't the best financial decision, but it was a very good girl and I didn't want to lose her, so I just had to pay for the meal because I'm a G. You can't just let the girl pay for the meal. But yeah, after a month and a half, I was pretty down bad. Like I was like, okay, you gotta stay at college for a while because I can't pay for anything anymore. I can't pay for my own food. And this was at a time when I had a very much scarcity mindset where I was like, okay, I'm losing this money and I have no idea how to gain it, and I'm very scared to lose this money. And when I was down to my last few $100s, I was just standing by the pool getting some vitamin D, just swimming, chilling, just thinking on how I was actually going to survive out here. And that's when it came to me that I need to change what's in here in order to change my reality. And that's when I knew how to change from the scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Now, this wasn't a sudden change that happened overnight, but it was very quick because I needed it to happen. And after that change actually came in place, I was down to my last basically $100. And I went out to this very expensive steakhouse that's pretty expensive in Thailand. It was like $60 for a nice ribeye. And I knew that after that ribeye, that I could make as much money as I wanted to and nothing was going to stop me. So with the last remaining money I had, I went out and connected with the right people in order to land on the right opportunities. And that's when I landed on my first setter role in remote sales, and I was able to earn my first little bit of income anywhere in the world. Now, being a setter at first, I mean, for some people it might be a waste of time because you're only making around $4,000 to $6,000 a month. But for me, I was like, God, thank you. I finally made it. I'm finally living in Thailand. I can make money anywhere in the world now. And now I don't have to worry about losing it all because I can always make more through remote sales. Now, I've obviously gone way ahead from that point in time. That was around almost a year ago now. But the point of that entire story was it's not about entirely the money, but the mindset that you need in order to make a lot of money. So if you do have a scarcity mindset now where you're like, okay, I don't know how to make money at all. I have just a little bit saved up. I need to save. And that's not what you need to do. Now, I'm not saying spend all your money on bullshit. I'm saying just to save enough to invest in yourself, to take yourself to the next level. Because whenever you buy something that's going to take you to the next step in life, it's kind of like prestiging in video games. You're never going to prestige without losing yourself a little bit. So what I mean by that is whenever I bought into this very big network that I'm in now, it cost around $5,000 and I had $6,000 at the time. But I knew that when I joined that network, it would come back tenfold, which it has. It's come back like 20 or 50-fold by now. And what I mean by that is you need to invest in yourself and not be scared to do so. Because when you're scared to invest in yourself, you're just letting yourself know deep down inside that you don't deserve the life of your dreams. Because when you take no risk at all, you're guaranteeing that your life will remain the same. So with that being said, I am a remote closer full-time now, and it has taken a very long amount of time, but it would have been a lot quicker if I had the right coaching and the right mentor to actually get me to where I am today a lot quicker. So with that being said, I am taking on a few mentees who are looking to get into remote sales to actually make money anywhere in the world whenever they desire and wherever they desire. So I have put a Calendly link down in the description to book a call with me so I can see if I can even help you in the first place. And if that's something that interests you, the link is down below, but if not, that's totally cool. Some people are just not meant for this life. They're just meant to, just live that comfortable life and not ever take any risk, and that's totally okay because not everyone has the same kind of destination in life. But with that being said, I did enjoy talking to you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.